Hello, and welcome to Senior Wise Journey, the place where we navigate the golden years with grace, wisdom, and vibrant health. I want you to think about something for a moment. How did you wake up this morning? Did you open your eyes to a world that was crisp and clear, or was it a bit fuzzy? A little gritty? Maybe you felt that familiar sensation of dryness, a slight burn that makes the first few moments of the day a chore. For so many of us over 60, this has become our new normal. We chalk it up to age, to a life well lived in front of books and screens. But what if I told you it doesn't have to be? What if the secret to waking up with happier, healthier eyes wasn't in an expensive bottle of eye drops, but right in your kitchen pantry? Tonight, we're embarking on a journey to discover 4 simple, natural, and comforting bedtime drinks that can help your eyes repair and rejuvenate themselves while you sleep. It's time to turn back the clock on eye discomfort, one delicious sip at a time. Part 1. The Golden Elixir, Taming Inflammation with Turmeric Milk. Let's start with a villain that many of us are unknowingly battling every single day: inflammation. Now, inflammation gets a bad rap, but in its acute form, it's a good thing. It's your body's natural, frontline response to injury or infection. Think of a sprained ankle that swells up because your body is flooding the area with healing agents. But the problem for us, especially as we enter our senior years, is chronic inflammation. It's like a slow, simmering fire that never quite goes out. It contributes to arthritis, heart disease, and yes, that nagging, persistent irritation in your eyes. When your eyes are chronically inflamed, the delicate tissues suffer. The tiny glands that produce the oily layer of your tears can get clogged, leading to evaporative dry eye. The blood vessels become stiff and less efficient. Everything just feels irritated. You might experience this as a gritty, sandy feeling, redness, or a burning sensation that just won't quit. It's your body sending a constant SOS signal. And over many years, this low-grade inflammatory state can accelerate damage and contribute to more serious conditions. So, how do we fight this invisible fire? We turn to one of nature's most potent firefighters, turmeric. For thousands of years, this vibrant golden spice has been a cornerstone of Ayurvedic and traditional medicine, and modern science is finally catching up to its incredible power. The magic lies in a compound called curcumin. Curcumin is a powerhouse antioxidant and anti-inflammatory agent. It works on a molecular level to block the very pathways that trigger inflammation in the first place. Imagine your body has a series of switches that can turn inflammation on. As we age, these switches can get stuck in the on position. Curcumin comes along and gently flips them back to off, allowing the body to finally rest and repair. When it comes to your eyes, this is revolutionary. Drinking a warm cup of turmeric milk or golden milk before bed allows the curcumin to go to work during your body's prime repair time sleep. It helps soothe those inflamed tear glands, relax the tiny blood vessels in your retina and sclera, the white part of your eye, and allows for better delivery of oxygen and nutrients. Let me tell you about a gentleman I know, a retired carpenter named Bill from Ohio. Bill is 72, and for years he started his day with what he called fire eyes. They burned, they were red, and they were blurry for the first hour of his day. He'd splash cold water on them, use artificial tears, but the relief was always temporary. He'd accepted it as a part of getting older. His daughter, a yoga instructor, suggested he try golden milk. He was skeptical. A spice in his milk? It sounded strange. But being a good father, he gave it a shot. The first night, he noticed he slept a bit more soundly. The third night, he thought his eyes felt a little less sandy in the morning. After a full week, the change was undeniable. The fire was gone. The constant, nagging burn had been replaced by a feeling of comfort. He told me, "It's like the inflammation was a loud static in the background I got used to. Now, the static is gone, and I can finally see the quiet." Bill's story isn't unique. It's a testament to the gentle yet profound power of this simple drink. Now, preparing it correctly is key to unlocking its full potential. curcumin is not easily absorbed by the body on its own. It needs two partners in crime: healthy fat and black pepper. The fat from whole milk, coconut milk, or even a spoonful of almond oil helps transport the fat-soluble curcumin into your system, and a tiny pinch of black pepper, which contains a compound called piperine, can boost curcumin absorption by up to 2,000%. So here's a simple recipe for your new evening ritual. Gently warm 1 cup of your milk of choice dairy, coconut, almond, or oat. All work well. Whisk in 1 teaspoon of high-quality organic turmeric powder and a small pinch of finely ground black pepper. If you like, you can add a dash of cinnamon for flavor and blood sugar regulation, or a slice of ginger for extra anti-inflammatory kick. Do not bring it to a rolling boil. A gentle warming is all that's needed. Find a quiet spot. Sip it slowly about an hour before you plan to sleep, and let the golden elixir begin its work. You're not just drinking a comforting beverage, you're sending a team of microscopic firefighters to quiet the inflammation and restore peace to your precious eyes. Part 2. The Calming Cup Soothing Eye Strain with Chamomile Tea. In our modern world, our eyes are working harder than ever before. We spent our younger years reading books and newspapers. Now, in our golden years, we've added smartphones, tablets, computers, and widescreen TVs to the mix. We use them to connect with our grandkids, read the news, and manage our finances. While these devices are wonderful tools, they demand a tremendous amount from our eyes. The tiny ciliary muscles inside our eyes are constantly contracting and relaxing to focus on these glowing screens, often for hours on end. This leads to digital eye strain, a uniquely 21st century problem. Think of it like this. If you held a 5-pound weight in your hand all day long, your bicep would be screaming in protest by the evening. It would be exhausted, tight, and sore. The same thing is happening to the delicate muscles around and inside your eyes. They become overworked and fatigued. When you finally go to sleep, these muscles can remain partially tensed. They don't get the deep, restorative relaxation they need to truly recover. This can lead to waking up with that familiar feeling of heaviness, blurred vision, and a general sense of strain. Furthermore, when your eye muscles are tense, your eyelids might not close as completely or as gently, which can interfere with the natural lubrication process, making your eyes feel even drier. This is where our second healing beverage comes in, the humble yet powerful chamomile tea. For centuries, mothers have given chamomile to fussy children to calm them down. And for good reason. Chamomile is nature's lullaby. It is one of the most effective and gentle muscle relaxants available to us. Its power comes from a wonderful antioxidant flavonoid called apigenin. Apigenin works by binding to specific receptors in your brain that help decrease anxiety and initiate sleep. But its benefits go far beyond just making you feel sleepy. It acts as a systemic relaxant, gently telling the muscles throughout your body that it's safe to let go. This includes those tiny, overworked ocular muscles. When you drink a warm cup of chamomile tea before bed, the apigenin circulates through your system, giving your eye muscles the all-clear signal to finally, deeply unwind. This relaxation is critical. It allows for better blood flow to the entire eye area, reduces pressure on the optic nerve, and lets the natural tear film rebalance itself without interference. The antioxidants in chamomile also go to work, neutralizing the free radicals and oxidative stress that have built up during the day from exposure to UV light and the blue light from our screens. It's like a spa treatment for your eyes, from the inside out. Let's talk about Carol, a 8-year-old retired librarian from Pennsylvania. Carol is an avid reader and the head of her online book club. She spends hours reading on her tablet and then hours more on video calls, discussing the books with her friends. She came to accept eye fatigue as the price of admission for her hobby. Her eyes felt heavy, tired, and she often got mild tension headaches by the end of the day. She tried blue light blocking glasses and followed the 20-20-20 rule, looking at something 20 feet away for 20 seconds every 20 minutes, which helped a little, but the underlying fatigue remained. Her friend in the book club, who had heard a segment on our Senior Wise Journey channel, suggested chamomile tea. Carol had always thought of it as just a simple sleepy time tea, but she was willing to try anything. She bought some high-quality, pure chamomile flowers and began a new ritual. Every night at 9 p.m., she would turn off her screens, steep her tea for a full 10 minutes to extract the maximum benefit, and sip it while listening to classical music. The effect, she said, was profound. It wasn't just that she fell asleep faster, it was the quality of her waking. She described it as opening her eyes and feeling light. The heaviness was gone. The persistent ache behind her eyes had vanished. "I feel like my eyes finally got the vacation they've been begging me for," she told me. She could enjoy her reading and her book club without paying the price later. The simple act of drinking this floral tea had given her back the comfort she thought she had lost for good. To get the most out of your chamomile ritual, seek out pure chamomile tea, either in tea bags or as loose leaf flowers, which are often more potent. The key is to steep it properly. Pour hot, but not boiling, water over the tea and let it sit, covered, for at least 8 to 10 minutes. Covering it keeps the volatile oils, the good stuff, from escaping with the steam. Drink it about 30 to 60 minutes before you want to go to sleep. Don't add sugar, which can cause inflammation and counteract the benefits. If you need a little sweetness, a tiny drop of raw honey is a better choice. Embrace this calming cup. It's an invitation for your hardest working muscles to finally take a well-deserved rest. Part 3. The Scarlet Thread of Sight, boosting circulation with saffron tea. We've talked about inflammation and muscle tension. Now let's discuss the third critical piece of the eye health puzzle: circulation. Specifically, microcirculation. Your body is a vast network of highways and country roads. The arteries and veins are the major highways, but the real magic happens on the tiny capillary roads that deliver life-giving oxygen and nutrients to every single cell. The eye, particularly the retina, has one of the highest metabolic demands in the entire body and is incredibly dense with these microscopic vessels. As we age, this intricate network can become less efficient. The vessels can become stiffer, narrower, and blood flow can diminish. Think of it like a garden hose that's getting old and clogged. The water pressure drops, and the plants at the very end of the hose don't get the water they need to thrive. When microcirculation to your retina and macula decreases, those vital photoreceptor cells don't get enough oxygen and nutrients, and the waste products aren't cleared away effectively. This can accelerate age-related damage and contribute to conditions that cause vision loss. It can manifest as duller colors, difficulty adjusting to changes in light, and a loss of sharpness and clarity. So how do we improve the flow through these tiny, vital pathways? We turn to one of the most precious and powerful spices in the world: saffron. Saffron threads are the delicate stigmas of the Crocus sativus flower, and each one must be harvested by hand. This explains its expense, but its benefits for our eyes are truly priceless. Saffron is packed with potent carotenoid antioxidants, but two, in particular, are superstars for vision: crocin and saffronol. Crocin is what gives saffron its vibrant red-gold color. In the body, it acts as a powerful vasodilator, which means it helps to relax and widen blood vessels. It specifically targets those tiny capillaries in the eye, effectively opening up the clogged garden hose and allowing nutrient-rich blood to flow more freely to the retina. It also protects the photoreceptor cells from light-induced damage. Saffronol, the compound that gives saffron its distinct aroma, also contributes to this increased blood flow and has been shown to have neuroprotective qualities, safeguarding the delicate structures of the eye. The combined effect is remarkable. Regular consumption of saffron can literally feed your eyes, improving the health and function of the retina and potentially slowing the progression of age-related macular degeneration, AMD, and other conditions linked to poor circulation. Let me share the story of Frank, a 74-year-old retired truck driver from Texas. Frank loved the freedom of the open road, but he'd been forced to give up night driving. The glare from headlights was becoming unbearable, and he felt his ability to see clearly in low light had plummeted. He felt like a part of his independence had been stolen from him. His vision during the day was still decent, but the lack of confidence at night kept him homebound after sunset. He read a study online about saffron and its effects on retinal blood flow, and, though it was expensive, decided his sight was worth the investment. He bought a small vial of high-quality saffron threads and started making a simple tea. Just a few threads, no more than 5 to 10 inch a cup of hot water, steeped for 15 minutes until the water turned a beautiful sunset orange. He drank it every evening. For the first couple of weeks, he didn't notice much. But then, one evening, his wife asked him to run to the corner store for some milk. He hesitated, but it was just a short drive. He got in the car, and as he pulled out onto the street, something felt different. The glare from the streetlights seemed less explosive. The edges of the road seemed a little sharper. Encouraged, he kept up his ritual. A month later, he drove to his son's house for dinner, a 20-minute drive across town at dusk. He did it with ease. The confidence that had been seeping away was returning. Frank told me, "It's like someone turned up the contrast on the world at night. Things are just clearer." Saffron didn't give him the eyes of a 20-year-old, but it gave him back his freedom and his confidence by improving the fundamental health of his eyes. If you decide to try saffron tea, quality is paramount. Look for deep red threads with orange tips. Avoid saffron that looks dull or has a lot of yellow in it. You only need a tiny amount. A single gram, which can seem pricey, will last you a very long time. Simply take 5 to 10 threads, drop them into a mug, and pour hot, not boiling, water over them. Let it steep for 10 to 15 minutes. You can drink it plain, or add the infused water to your chamomile tea for a doubly beneficial brew. Sipping this scarlet thread of sight is a direct investment in the long-term health and clarity of your vision. Part 4. The Nutrient Foundation, Rebuilding with Almond Milk. We've calmed the inflammation, relaxed the muscles, and boosted the circulation. Now, it's time for the final step, providing the raw materials for repair. Sleep is not just a passive state of rest. It is an active, dynamic period of intense biological reconstruction. It's when your body's construction crew comes out to fix the damage of the day. But this crew needs building materials, vitamins, minerals, fats, and proteins to do its job effectively. If the supply closet is bare, the repairs will be shoddy or incomplete. For our eyes, providing the right nutrients before sleep is like stocking the job site for the overnight shift. And one of the most convenient and effective ways to do this is with a warm glass of unsweetened almond milk. Now, you might think of almond milk as just a low-calorie alternative to dairy, but it is a nutritional powerhouse in its own right, perfectly suited for overnight eye repair. It delivers a trifecta of essential components: vitamin E, healthy monounsaturated fats, and the amino acid tryptophan. Let's start with vitamin E. Vitamin E is a fat-soluble antioxidant, and it is arguably one of the most important vitamins for long-term eye health. Oxidative stress, which we've mentioned before, is like rust on a car. It's a natural process of decay caused by unstable molecules called free radicals. The lens and retina of your eye are particularly vulnerable to this rusting process, which can lead to cataracts and macular degeneration. Vitamin E is a master rust-proofer. It circulates through your body and neutralizes these free radicals before they can do harm, protecting the delicate cell membranes in your eyes from damage. A serving of almond milk provides a significant dose of this vital protector. Next up are the healthy monounsaturated fats. We live in a world that has often been afraid of fat, but the right kinds of fat are not only good for you, they are essential. Healthy fats, like those found in almonds, play a crucial role in absorbing those fat-soluble vitamins, including the vitamin E we just talked about, as well as vitamin A and vitamin D, which are also critical for eye function. Without fat in your system, these vitamins can pass right through you without being utilized. Drinking almond milk provides the perfect vehicle to ensure these nutrients are actually delivered to the cells that need them for repair. Finally, there's tryptophan. You've probably heard of tryptophan in the context of Thanksgiving turkey making you sleepy. It's an essential amino acid, meaning your body can't make it, and you must get it from your diet. Tryptophan is a precursor to two very important brain chemicals, serotonin and melatonin. Serotonin helps regulate mood and create a sense of well-being, while melatonin is the sleep hormone that governs your circadian rhythm. A gentle boost in tryptophan before bed can help your body naturally produce more melatonin, leading to a deeper, more restorative sleep. And it is during this deep, slow-wave sleep that the most intense cellular repair occurs in your eyes and throughout your body. Let's think of Marie, a 9-year-old grandmother from Florida who struggled with restless sleep. She'd wake up multiple times a night, and in the morning, her eyes felt as tired as she did strained, dry, and just plain exhausted. She felt she wasn't getting the deep rest she needed to heal. She started drinking half a cup of warm, unsweetened almond milk about an hour before bed, sometimes with a dash of cinnamon. Initially, she noticed she was falling asleep more easily. But the real change came after about 2 weeks. She started sleeping through the night, and the result was transformative. For the first time in years, she woke up feeling truly refreshed, and her eyes felt it too. The constant strain had eased. They felt more lubricated, more comfortable. By ensuring she had the right building blocks, vitamin E and fats, and by promoting the deep sleep needed for the construction crew to work, thanks to tryptophan, she had created the perfect internal environment for her eyes to heal. When choosing your almond milk, look for an unsweetened variety to avoid the inflammatory effects of added sugar. You can enjoy it cold, but warming it gently can make it even more comforting and relaxing as a bedtime ritual. You can even combine our lessons from tonight. Use warm almond milk as the base for your golden milk to get the benefits of both in one delicious, healing cup. This isn't just a glass of milk. It's a foundation for renewal. It's the assurance that when you close your eyes at night, your body has everything it needs to build a clearer, more comfortable tomorrow. So there you have it. 4 simple, powerful, and natural paths to waking up with healthier, happier eyes. We've learned to fight inflammation with the golden warmth of turmeric milk, to soothe overworked muscles with the gentle calm of chamomile tea, to boost vital circulation with the precious gift of saffron tea, and to provide the essential building blocks for repair with nutrient-rich almond milk. This isn't about a magic pill. It's about a senior wise journey, a return to the wisdom of nature and the power of consistent, loving self-care. It's about empowering ourselves to improve our own well-being, one simple evening ritual at a time. The health of your eyes is in your hands, right in your kitchen cabinet. Thank you for joining us today. If you found this information helpful and believe it could benefit others, please give this video a like, share it with your friends and family, and be sure to subscribe to Senior Wise Journey for more tips on living your most vibrant life after 60. Your journey to wellness is our journey too.